All right, welcome to the Ready, Set, Gemini podcast. I am Dan Mora, your host, and directly across from me, my co-host.
Hey, everybody. It's Frank here.
Frank, how are you today?
Doing good. Been busy. Keeping busy on the weekends, working in the backyard, and cheer's finally done. So a little bit of freedom there, and then transition to breaking my back in the backyard. How about you?
I had kind of a lazy weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. Been like dealing with some 40-something-year-old aches and pains that I'm just letting kind of rest.
Yeah, well, you're doing a lot more now, too, right? You're still doing
my shoulder was really bugging me, but it feels better today.
It's an
F3.
F3?
It's a Colt.
It is a Colt.
Yeah.
It's a good one, though.
It's a Colt, some Colts are good. Some Colts are not good.
For those of you who don't know, Dan hasn't joined an actual Colt. It's like a workout.
No Colts call themselves Colts.
That's true. You're scaring me a little bit right now. I don't know. You're really pretty serious with this one.
So, hey, we got a new cool topic. We're going to talk about a company called Clara. They have analytics side. They have an insurance side. They have a legal side. You and I ran across this. There's a businesswire.com article talking about Western National Insurance using Clara Analytics, an AI company, to, quote, unlock medical insights from claim documents.
Yeah, it says Clara's AI platform is capable of analyzing both structured and unstructured data. That unstructured piece is really amazing. Performing contextual analysis using natural language processing and generating predictive analytics to help claims managers make sound data-driven decisions. Mm-hmm. This is in the article. The article definitely sounded kind of like a pitch, so it could have been written by somebody at Clara for all I know. It says Clara's customers consistently achieve outstanding return on investment, with some exceeding 500%, which is huge.
So what they predict, which is, I think this is game changer. AI, gosh, it's been such I don't know. I've been very cynical with the term AI, because what is AI? And I think it's just powerful computing is really what AI is. It's analytical processing without human intervention to some degree. It's like you're spinning it off with these questions, and it goes and does the research for you. We were just looking at Chat GPT.
Yeah. So I just, because of this podcast, I was like, I want to play around with Chat GPT and see what it's all about. You want to hear what I put in there, Dan?
I do. I'm excited.
So I haven't even read all this yet, so we'll see where it goes. It could be hilarious. It could be like, man, these people, whoever built this, scary stuff. So I asked the question to Chat GPT, how will AI impact California workers' compensation? And this is what it has to say. AI has the potential to significantly impact the workers' compensation system in California. Here are a few ways it could do so. Number one, improved claim management. AI can be used to analyze data related to workers' compensation claims, identify patterns and trends, and help insurers make more informed decisions about claims. This could lead to more efficient claims management and faster resolution of claims, which would benefit both injured workers and insurers. Number two, risk management. AI can also be used to assess risk in the workplace, identify potential hazards, and provide recommendations to prevent injuries. This could help reduce the number of workplace injuries and illnesses, which would ultimately benefit both workers and employers. Number three is fraud detection. AI can be used to analyze claims data and identify patterns that indicate potential fraud. This could help insurers detect and prevent fraudulent claims, which would reduce costs and help ensure that benefits go to those who truly need them. And number four, impacts on jobs. AI may also have an impact of the types of jobs available in the workers' compensation industry. For example, AI may automate certain tasks such as claims processing or risk assessment, which could lead to job losses in those areas. However, AI may also create new job opportunities such as data analysts or AI specialists. In summary, AI has the potential to significantly impact the workers' compensation system in California with both benefits and challenges for workers, insurers, and the overall system. That's pretty crazy. Like,
I mean,
they pulled all that together, and it was quick too. It only took like 3 seconds for that to pop up.
insane. From the Clara Analytics website, they state that they can predict drivers of common cost escalation, drivers of actionable recommendations. For example, pedestrians are 20% more likely to hire an attorney. They provide, right now, they provide attorney prediction scores, including the involvement and the case history or the litigation history. They'll provide a head-to-head attorney matchup. They also claim on the website, this is interesting, this is just one of their taglines, but it says 1% reduction of attorney involvement can save millions of dollars.
So it seems like AI is definitely starting to find its way into the defense side of things.
Yeah.
And AI is really interesting. It seems like there's a lot of opportunity for benefit, but what everybody usually talks about is the scary side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, if AI is only going in on the defense side at this point in time,
Yeah.
you know, there's still people that are developing the code. Those people have biases, whether they're conscious or unconscious, that then manipulates that code to produce a particular result.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's happening on the defense side, and is their goal to support injured workers, or is their goal to, protect employers, right?
Their goal is to minimize liability.
So all of those things start to take shape in a very powerful way.
Yeah.
And then if the applicant side doesn't have access, then what does that mean? Just think of the work that's entailed to get an understanding. How is an applicant attorney going to read 1,000 pages of documentation and a defense attorney just clicks a button, bink, tell me what I need to know?
Yeah.
So it's there's like this fairness thing. It almost seems like
I think
it's got to happen on both sides.
Well, yeah, I think that everybody would agree outcomes on average are going to bend towards data rich. And
I like that. That's a good one. Can we put that as a quote on the Instagram? I like that.
AI and workers' compensation is coming. We've been in the rooms, right? We've talked to many technologists that are trying to figure out how advanced analytics and advanced AI analytics are going to affect us. Here is something very, very practical from a company that actually exists, that actually has a contract with a insurance company in California. Western National Insurance is. I'm very curious to hear what happens as a result of this. I think just in general, you're gonna. Get popcorn. This is going to be really interesting to see what happens, and I think what this is going to do is cause an impetus for the applicant side to raise their game in this area too. I think it's going to cause, and I hate to tip off competitors and people that might be getting into this industry, but this is going to happen on the applicant side too. How is it going to happen is a really great and interesting question.
And then what are the impact of it happening? It's really easy to see some of the positives, but
I think
I'm nervous about the negatives. Like think of everything else from a digital perspective in law, even right now, they don't understand tech. It's really like people centric. Think of just simple things like digital signatures. Who knows the the right way to legally get a digital signature. The law around it is super vague. Even with like things like HIPAA, it's like navigating, a rainforest.
I don't know. I think it's going to chase out doctors. I think that it's going to chase out attorneys that don't want to change, that are going to, like, I can imagine that arguments are just going to be flooded at applicant attorneys from Western National.
Yeah.
Arguments are going to be, there's going to be a flood of arguments that go against any sort of applicant claim within that insurance company. I don't know. I'm just super interested.
That's the scary part, is that transition with the applicants, attorneys not having that, and they have to then all of a sudden go way deeper into getting the understanding to, prove the side of the injured worker, if especially the defense is kind of out for looking at reducing their liabilities. There's a lot of hurt that can come from it. And that's why when hurt starts to appear, people start to get vocal about it. That's when government steps in, right, and tries to create laws. So it's just going to be like a whole new industry.
Super interesting. I think that the insurance company is going to feed this data to the adjusters, going to feed the data to the defense attorneys, and then they're going to have to deal with it. What then is the data? The data, what we read from their website, it's attorney, the likelihood of litigation, the likelihood of winning within a particular attorney. So it's head to head with attorneys. There's going to be defenses against injuries that probably maybe they couldn't find before. On the applicant side, I think there's a positive here. We've been in the room with some important discussions regarding what's the future of tech. For example, doctor ratings systems, understanding which doctors are going to be better for your case. Judges rating systems, which judges are going to be better for your case. But also, I think this is something that I've been dreaming about for years, a long time. 06 was when I dreamt up Genie Docs, and it had this element that, the OCR technology at the time would pull out any type of injury, any type of body part, any type of medication, and so that you could look at it and decipher which one was correlated with the injury. So I think that's actually important.
It's like doctors can benefit from that. The attorneys can benefit from that. It's essentially like doing the work of a doctor. Like you can interpret with these medications and these types of injuries. The system will just spit out some, hey, here's the things you got to be looking out for.
Yeah. I think it can make strings of correlations. So you have, physical injury that leads to a medication that leads to a side effect. That type of string of injury will be easier to find on the applicant side.
Sure.
So I think that
even hidden things. For example, you have a medication that doesn't make any sense with the actual injuries.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, hey, the attorney can go back and say, what is this medication for? And then maybe uncover things that were completely unknown.
Yeah. And theoretically attorneys are doing this now, but we need to make it easier.
Well, not with AI, obviously.
Right.
With AI. So what's the energy that it takes to go and review 1,000 pages? Right now, there's indexing that's done by humans where, they scan through the 1,000 pages and try to the best of their ability, document where things occur. But they're not a machine. Right. That's getting every single bit of data. It's kind of like what's that? Paul Bunyan, is that the dude with the blue ox, right? Versus the chainsaw. Like right now we're using axes. Like we got to get moving towards that chainsaw, but it's scary. Chainsaw's going to hurt you too.
Well, yeah, this is fascinating. I think we should continue to come back to this topic. The whole how big data is going to come into workers' compensation. You and I have been around long enough to see resistance literally to the internet in our industry.
Yeah.
I think that this is something to be watching.
So how do you think the attorneys are going to respond? Something comes out. You think it's going to be, you think they're used to it now? Like they have been having to be forced through change,
I think
the
it's very
cloud computing.
You're right.
And then COVID
Yeah.
made them say, oh, I have to go paperless and digital and these types of things. Maybe they're starting to, the old dogs that aren't interested in changing still want to use typewriters and printers or whatever can, maybe they'll never change, but the youth is coming up and I feel like things are just moving faster than they have ever.
I think that's going to be a result. How do I say it? Like again, we've been around long enough that the people that were resistant in, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, they may be still around. Some of them have gone, but still around, and they're like, yeah, we can still hang on. And you have to have a business. I think you have to have a general posture, though. This is really, I think, important. What's your general posture to change? And people that are just mad about change, I have a family member. I won't out them, but it doesn't matter what sort of change is happening in the world. It's just grumble, 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 grumble.
Gotcha.
I'm like, that's not going to get you anywhere.
I'm really curious from any of the podcasts you've listened to, if you're listening to this one, I want to hear both sides. So to your audience out there, please comment.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to see AI impact your business? And just as well, for the naysayers, why do you think that AI should stay out of this?
Yeah. I think we talked, there's always got to be a human layer. I think that's really important. We were talking deep tech, and I love this stuff, study it like crazy. I think biometric tech is just critical. It's critical. So for example, you have an insurance company, Western National, I'm in a claim, and they present to the judge all of their information. I think I should have a say on whether that information is all of me is proper and correct. And a future tech way to think about that is that I verify that with, I don't know, some sort of biometric.
Everything's moving fast.
Super fun.
So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Let's listen. Let's ask our audience, please. This is a fun topic. Let's get some interaction on it. Hey, like, subscribe, comment,
follow, all of the
tell
above.
us what you think.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Frank.
Thank you, Dan.